There are no official records of Queen Elizabeth II ever attending school. Did she really never go to school? The answer is yes. Elizabeth never sat in a primary school classroom, never went to secondary school, and never attended university. All of her education took place inside the palace. As a child, Elizabeth was only the granddaughter of King George V. No one expected her to become queen. That is why her education was simple. Her governess, Marion Crawford, known as Crawfie, became her first teacher. Crawford taught her reading, writing, arithmetic, prayers, and daily manners. She also often took Elizabeth and her sister Margaret outside the palace, to see the real life of ordinary people. Everything changed in 1936. Her uncle, King Edward VIII, abdicated the throne to marry Wallis Simpson. Her father, Albert, became King George VI. From that moment, 10-year-old Elizabeth became heir to the throne. Her education then became more serious. Her father appointed Sir Henry Martin, Vice Provost of Eton College, as her personal tutor. He taught her constitutional law, history of government, and the role of a constitutional monarch. Still, all of this took place in private. There was no special royal school. No big classrooms. Elizabeth studied alone with her tutors, behind the walls of Buckingham Palace and Windsor Castle. During the Second World War, Elizabeth felt she could not just stay hidden. She argued with her father, asking for permission to join the military. Finally, she entered the Auxiliary Territorial Service. There, she trained as a mechanic, drove military trucks, worked on engines, and even rode motorbikes. But she was never trained to use weapons. Her role was in logistics and vehicle maintenance, not combat. That is why the world called her Princess Auto Mechanic. The heir to the throne who was willing to get her hands dirty for her country. Later, Elizabeth chose a different path for her own children. Charles, and Andrew, and Edward all attended regular schools, outside the palace walls. Perhaps that decision came from her own experience of growing up without ever going to school. From a princess who never stepped inside a classroom, Elizabeth grew into a queen who reigned for more than 7 decades. A queen who never went to school, but became a teacher to her nation.